Welcome to TARTLEcast with your hosts Alexander McKegg and Jason Rigby, where humanity steps into the future and source data defines the path.
Guten Morgen, my friends. Welcome to TARTLEcast.
Yes.
We're
gonna see. We're gonna be talking about secret sauce and recipes.
Secret sauce.
That's what's in the article.
It's the thing that
This
goes.
person must have been hungry when
It's
they
the
wrote
thing
it.
that goes on your Big Mac. It's on your Chick-fil-A sandwich. It's
All Big Mac sauce is Thousand Island and ketchup,
yeah,
pretty much.
Big
With
Mac.
like it looks like it has like pickles ground up in there or something.
yeah, and who knows what else they put in it?
Yeah, who knows? McDonald's.
I was-
McDonald's is like, if I'm gonna go bad, if that's like my go-to.
Really?
McDonald's is. I haven't eaten McDonald's in I don't know when, but it's been months. But I do occasionally will partake, and I will go. I crave like if I'm gonna be like super depressed and I'm not feeling good for the day.
Oh, that'll probably help it.
Yeah, it helps a lot.
Yeah.
I'll like put all the shades, make them really dark, go get McDonald's, and then watch horror movies. One after the other, and it cures it.
You have a problem.
We're fine, bro.
You have a deep-rooted.
We are fine.
Yeah, so we're fine here.
Yes. It's not deep rooted. Since I've been a child.
Kleiner problem.
Just
Tiny.
a little bit. Why
Yeah.
do you think I'm single, bro? Exactly.
It's all the horror films at McDonald's.
Yes.
I love wasting time here on this podcast. If this is an interesting behavior, and we'll segue.
Yes.
If I'm going to choose something, it's Domino's pizza.
Yeah. I like Domino's pizza. It's pretty good. Yeah.
No, but I'm like, if I want it, I'm like, you can send over a
Do
couple.
they
of
make
those.
like a vegan one?
I just get it without the cheese and the butter.
Oh yeah.
So I'm pretty much just getting bread with a bunch of stuff on it.
Yeah, but
and
you
some
can
red
get
sauce.
like all. They have tons of vegetables.
Well, here's what I do.
They have the little Domino's tracker on the phone.
I'll get the pizza and I have my own cheese, my vegan cheese at the house.
Oh, so just put them on there.
Put it back in the oven.
Oh, there you go. That's perfect. Yeah, see?
I have them do all the real legwork, and I'm essentially just eating it up.
Yeah, I like the vegan pizza. We have a vegan pizza place in the mountains.
Oh, Trail Rider.
Yeah.
The place is unreal.
Yeah, so they have some pretty amazing food there.
Yeah.
I love it, but
Can we talk about something?
well, yeah, you're talking about. I'm a fat kid, bro. So
So am I.
Whenever it comes to food, bro, I'm in.
You never know.
Especially if it's not.
I'm a
I was
string bean.
raised in the South
Yeah.
where it was like a privilege to eat fast food, and like my dad loved fast food, my mom ate it, and then at home everything was like junk cereals, and then my mom was always making cakes.
Wow.
So I just constantly ate peanut butter jelly.
I'd love to see you as a little butterball.
It was like all sugar all the time.
I'd love to see you as a little butterball.
Luckily, I was active enough. Like I played. I was thin. Actually, I looked like you. I was 6'2".
Let me tell you, I didn't always look like this.
I was 6'2" at 12,
Yeah, you and I are about the same then.
and then I stopped at 12 years old. I didn't grow
I
anymore.
didn't. I had another
You
3
got-
inches
yeah,
all the way up to 18.
And then, but I weighed 170 at 6'2",
Mm.
all through junior high and high school. And so I think because I was just so busy, I just burned the sugar out, but it was but now I'm having to eat like super healthy just to counteract probably
All the chaos you
30
did in your
years.
past.
Yes. All the Kairos.
Yeah, all the moments.
Yes.
So what do we this person got really heated in this Barron's article. Like that's
Yes.
probably about as heated as a journalist would get in an article.
Especially at a Barron's article.
Yeah, this is
Because
good.
this is the Barron's is usually pretty conservative. This is about big data bias. And then
never heard of it, Jason.
Yeah, we need to see the recipe, he says. So there's big problems.
I think it's a she.
There's big data, big problems with privacy and bias. Yeah, let me make sure I'm not. You got me thinking
There'll
about
be some sort of
food.
chauvinistic pig. Figure it out.
Yes, research professor, cross-disciplinary fellow, and director of the Digital Trade and Data Governance Hub at George Washington University, Susan Ariel Aronson.
Here we go, Susan Aronson.
Yes. So so that's me automatically assuming it was a dude because
Yeah.
it was. I'm thinking Barron's, so I was thinking of like
big cigar,
Wall Street guys.
He's got his like tuxedo,
Smoking, yeah.
penguin suit on. So
we're making billions.
Yeah. Keep squeezing the people dry. They're our free labor. So how does this thing kick off here?
American policy and economy. They talk about when they're talking about big data analytics, and they're talking about the economy and how it's not understand. And we can see this. I mean, we'll get into the article in a second, but when you speak to this, we can see this with how far behind the times the government. I always laugh because people always say conspiracy theories, and they're talking about this. I was in the military, and just some of the missions that we were doing, it was just so, and some of this was high level stuff.
Yeah.
It was so unorganized. I mean, just to be able to have cross agency people speaking to each other is such a issue because there's so many big silos. So to keep like 30 or 40,000 people quiet over something with different departments and different agencies, and to coordinate something nefarious, I know that will never happen in the government.
No.
They're too incompetent.
No, people don't understand is that they think it's the government. It was people that were in the government that left the government to create their own businesses that don't operate under the government umbrella anymore.
Yes, there's those guys.
They do whatever. It's here's government, and then these people that do whatever the hell they want.
Yeah, so whenever we look at American policy and we see data right now, they're just trying to react.
It's completely reactive, and there's so much, with the big data, it's really about predictions. That's all the world is built on right now is predictions. How well can we predict? But they're using historical data and old lagging behaviors and all this other, third-party observational stuff about who you are. It's just like this bucket that they've peeled together online and just assume that here's a profile of Jason. We've said this a million times before. Okay, it's just bad predictions.
Yes.
Over and over and over. And, government is looking at it from a policy standpoint, and they're still lagging in this factor. Mm-hmm. There's no reason you wouldn't know ahead of time who everyone is going to decide for who's going to be the president. You would know it before the vote comes in. It's ridiculous.
This is funny. It's like I live in an apartment complex. So serving me an ad, this happened yesterday, serving me an ad to get my air conditioning unit fixed is a waste of time. So this local company that is doing this, whoever did your ad for you, they should have took the apartment complexes off. They can do that.
Would you lose?
So you're just losing money.
$3,000 a month for a small business. Sending stuff to people that don't even have responsibility for it.
Yeah, you can target people that own a home.
But what happened was they went to some online company to buy a mailing list.
Yeah,
and there was no sort of curating to be like, well, is it this apartment complex?
Yeah. Are
the people responsible for it? They have no idea unless you go to the person at the apartment complex and ask them.
Yeah, exactly.
Am I wrong?
There's no, they don't know. Do you need air conditioning services?
No. When I walk through Costco, and they hammer me and they're like, do you want solar panels on your house? I'm like, I am not responsible for the domicile that I live in.
Yes, exactly.
It's not my liability.
Yeah, no.
I'm a renter.
Yes, exactly. None. So whenever we look at the big data analytical process, he uses these words and I love it. Gosh.
You are a chauvinist.
I know. Yeah. Call me out, bro.
Keep going.
Divisive, discriminatory. These are all me. Divisive, discriminatory, inequitable, and dangerous outcomes.
Now we know why you're single. Now we know why you're single.
Exactly. Some of the people sorted into groups that needs to change. So big data analytics often requires a huge supply of anonymized.
Right before we get to the anonymized part, sort people into groups.
Right.
Why are you sorting me into a group? Why can't I tell you what group I want to go in?
Yes, exactly.
Can we think about just that?
I don't
there?
I automatically think of like bad things when government starts sorting you. You need to go over here.
Yeah, you go here, you go here, you go here, you there. That's what it is.
Yes,
and we're just doing the same thing with technology again. Don't put me in a damn group I don't belong in. Just because you're taking a best guess approach to saying I belong in this box,
right?
And you're going to funnel me this way and shovel me these ads that make no sense, or beyond ads, products, services, send me to the doctor I shouldn't be going to, whatever it might be. That's not me.
No,
we need to invert that foundational piece of big data. Big data is making the choice for people rather than people making the choice for big data.
Yes, and like he says that needs to change. She says
strike three.
Okay, I'm out. This podcast.
Just say the author.
Everyone, I want to apologize. First of all, I want to apologize to Susan Ariel Aronson.
You apologized to her 3 times.
I know. Yeah, this is horrific. This is funny. Okay, so big data analytics often requires a huge supply of anonymized personal data. The process? Dude,
I bet it does.
You're still laughing, huh?
Oh, man.
The process?
I've learned my lesson, Alex. Apparently not.
No, I've done it 2 more times.
Yeah.
It's like a little kid. You know how the little kids are like,
I won't do it
no, yeah. And then 30 minutes later, they're like sneaking behind the couch.
Yeah, what's with the power drill?
Yeah, and a plug-in.
Okay,
yeah, it's
let's
always
focus here.
Yeah, researchers clean and anonymize this data and then separate this data into groupings based on attributes such as behavior, preferences, income, race, and ethnicity.
And who defines the attributes? Again, one dude,
right,
or a couple of researchers.
It could be a girl.
Could be a girl.
Yes.
A dude or a gal.
Yeah.
But I say dude for either gender.
Yeah, yeah.
But these small group of researchers are deciding what 10, 100 million people go into a specific bracket.
Right.
Does that seem wrong?
No, yeah. I mean,
do you like going into a conversation and someone just defines you who you are, just blanket statements? No.
I would
No,
never. I would never.
Nobody likes that.
That's annoying.
Of course it's annoying. Why are we not annoyed with what's going on here? And then we just live in this false reality constantly. We're in it's just this massive state of falseness. And it's defined by the few to control the many.
Well, like she was talking about, we're on the right track.
Yeah.
My brain is. The wheels are turning.
Oh, man.
But she is talking about these sophisticated analytical techniques on artificial intelligence and machine learning. But what scares me is they're making assertions on these groups with bad data.
Yeah.
Think about that.
No, I know that.
So now we have millions of dollars being spent when we've grouped these people incorrectly.
Yep.
And now it's kind of like the flat earthers. It's like,
we're telling you this is how the earth is. Well, all the data from 7 million
and they
say
make
otherwise.
really great documentaries, like on YouTube and stuff. If you look at them, I mean, they're high quality, but science has proven you over and over and over again.
If you take a rocket and you fly
it's not gonna,
off the planet,
it's not going to smash into ice.
Is the moon round? Oh, interesting. Is it a smaller planetary body? Yes. Well, then how is ours possibly freaking flat when everything else is round?
Yeah, I mean, instruments are measured off of it.
And if you look up into the night sky,
yeah,
do stars just shine in one direction?
Yeah, exactly.
No, they radiate.
Yeah, and then there's the rotation of the Earth, and then the circumference. Whenever you're looking like across the sea, you can actually. I mean, no one would have made it anywhere in the ships if they would have based it off of being flat. Columbus. Of the sextants and stuff.
Yeah, Columbus, right out. Yeah, the sextants wouldn't have worked.
Yeah, none of that old school calculations because they had to do it old school way.
That's so cool, the big brass thing.
Yeah, Signal guy did that. The guy that owns Signal.
Really?
Yeah, he got a ship with a bunch of teenagers on it.
Going to
whose
island?
Didn't know. And he got old school mechanical things. These were like kids that needed help or whatever.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, but he's like, come to think of it, I'm surprised their parents let them go on the ship with me because it's like, we're going to go on a sailboat, a big sailboat. I have all mechanical instruments, no radar, no nothing. And we're just going to go on the open sea. And he's started Signal, so
I'll stand on the shore and wave you guys.
Yeah, exactly. No, he was he sailed since he was a little kid.
Oh, cool.
So he had that that master's license or whatever they like, master sailor type license or whatever. But that's still crazy to have to navigate.
Heavy tonnage license.
Yeah, I mean, so he has pictures on his Instagram of him with like out in the sea with
it's cool.
The sextants and all that stuff.
So what does that sort of celestial positioning have to do with?
Well, I think it's important because these people will create a whole bias off of a false narrative.
Yeah.
And then they will double down on it. And then next thing you know, there's millions and millions of dollars being spent, a doctrine being established.
On a bias.
On a bias, yes. Yeah. That's totally false. And that's what's happening here when you group people.
You deliver it back to the public.
Yeah.
And they're only getting seen things. And so what happens when you inundate someone with the same imagery, video, audio all the time? It's naturally going to sway them in that direction. And now these people are going to be like, oh, what we're doing is working.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's not. It's really not working. People don't have any other option because this is all you feed them.
Right.
Because you think it's the right thing. And they have no other choice. Because you've removed choice out of the matter. You've decided for them.
Yeah, it's funny. She uses an example of Microsoft 365 that used the software to monitor their workers' productivity.
Yeah, how many emails you're sending?
By scoring them on participation in group chats and by the number of emails sent by employees. So if you would think about that.
You're telling me I'm productive because I'm sending more emails?
Yeah.
Because I'm group chatting more, that makes me productive?
Think about that.
It's so stupid.
And so now,
I got a buddy of mine. I'll talk about this as a real example. I got a buddy of mine, and I'm over at his place. He's got the laptop open, working from home. And I'm like, why? What is this? He's like, I'm like, all these people are on yellow on the away. You're the only person that's green. He's like, yeah, keep it green. Because the system monitors how many times we go away in the chat system. And they said, I always have my email up because it's always watching how long I have the email up for. And so what I do is I just ping small stuff back and forth. So they're just...
They're creating everybody's going to find a way around it. I mean,
of course they do.
Yeah, they're going to. I mean, they have those refresher pages, that'll refresh every 5 seconds or whatever.
What a stupid algorithm to define productivity. But that is like a metaphor for everything else we're doing, and I think she did a great job, highlighting that.
I like the sheriff office one in Pasco County, Florida.
Yeah.
So machine learning created this list of people, of individuals that were going to be potential criminals.
Yeah. And you could harass them.
A system, and it would monitor and constantly harass them.
Because
government.
It'll force them into a position of like you're agitating them.
Right.
So you're like wanting them to, it's like you remember the bait car?
Yes. Yeah.
It's like a digital bait car. And that's what they're doing. And then the IRS takes it a step further.
Yeah, but we don't need...
You want to dodge taxes? How about we track you all the time wherever you're going, and we'll see all of your social media feeds.
And location data.
Why does the IRS...
Yes.
Why
should don't get me started,
private entity founded in the early 1900s, a private entity, why should they be allowed to track me and then also look at my social media data just for some sort of assumption that I may be dodging taxes? They'll just say, well, everybody's dodging taxes. Let's track everybody.
Yeah. I don't see... Yeah, I don't want to...
Did I ever tell the IRS it was okay to do something like that?
I don't want to get into that whole mess because that's... Put your accent out when you say IRS.
IRS.
Did you IRS?
Yeah. See, IRS.
Yeah, there we go. Yes. But this is the crazy part. Whenever we use big data to create big government, I'm out. So, I mean...
When big data becomes big brother,
yes,
we got to nix that.
Yeah, we got to nix that.
Bye.
Yeah.
We're going to lop that down with our sovereign sword of data freedom. We're going to cut it down. Our data champions are going to be like, no, that model does not work like that. You're going to come to TARTLE, and we're going to tell you who we are. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I like the one that she talks about, not just Cambridge Analytica, but the Athletic Network, Strava. That released a global heat map of user activity.
Don't you remember that?
And then,
and people were like, what is this up here? Oh, there's a training base in the Arctic?
Yeah.
That's interesting. And it shows all the guys going for jogs, and it has all the internal parts of the building.
Yeah, the NATO military personnel.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, so these things that the algorithm's design made it less likely to refer black people than white people who are equally sick to programs that aim to improve care for patients with complex medical needs. Because it's machine learning, so it's...
Who's the freaking racist that put that algorithm together?
Yeah, exactly.
Why is it, if you have a complex medical need, why is the algorithm defining who gets a complex medical need first? Why can't me saying, there's a complex issue going on internally within my body, I need to go see a doctor?
Yes.
Why are you telling me who and when I should go see them? This is complex enough for me.
This is the same I'm seeing right now where TARTLE could have helped dramatically with the vaccine rollout.
Yeah.
This is a prime example of where you need to speak to the people.
Yeah.
And then if we would have known, if we would have had their data packet, their health records data packet, and
behaviors, jobs,
and then asked them, direct questions to qualify for them, then we could have made a proper list
in 24 hours.
Yeah, of what with every American of how or whatever country you're in.
Whoever wants a vaccine.
Yeah, to get this vaccine ruled out to the right people at the right time, because now they're like, there's this big controversy. Hollywood people are getting it, and then super healthy people are getting it. I am
so tired of hearing that crap.
Yeah,
like I'm fed up with just people pointing fingers and blaming all this stuff. We have the tool available to cut all that out. What are you going to have to talk about when you can't complain anymore?
I don't know now, because everybody's in 2020. Everybody gets so conditioned to being pissed off all the time.
All the time. And
now you're going to have the president's going to be in. Nothing's going to happen. It's going to be the same as it always is. I always tell people this: your day-to-day life, every day. I tell people this all the time. I was saying this in 2020 constantly. Alex, whether Trump gets into office or Biden gets into office, your day-to-day life every day, will it change?
No.
I
don't care. I want to be pissed off.
And if you're that into it to the point to where you let it consume,
go get a job in politics
and get your emotions. Yeah, either go get a job in politics and change the world, or
join
number
TARTLE.
2, your priorities are all wrong.
Priorities are wrong, or you can join TARTLE and just talk about it through there.
Yes, exactly.
And get paid to be upset.
Yeah, get paid to be upset, but it's your responsibility, 100%. I don't care who the puppet is.
Oh man, puppet. That's a good word.
Yeah, I don't care who the puppet is on whatever country I live in.
Yeah.
We've talked about it.
Luxembourg or Guadalajara in Mexico,
or Melbourne,
or Cebu in the Philippines.
Cebu in the Philippines. I don't care. Maybe Kazakhstan,
or maybe Pyongyang in North Korea.
Hey, is it? Do I not pay taxes there? Perfect. I can get. Well, no, I don't have any hair.
You pay more than a tax
because all the guys have to get the same.
Yeah.
Kim
You wouldn't
Jong
work there. Yeah.
You got to get the haircut.
They'd have a life tax on you.
Yeah.
Welcome
probably,
to North Korea. Here's your life tax.
Yeah, and you have you're a CMO of a tech company. That's not going to work here, buddy.
No, that's not going to work.
You speak English? Not going to work.
That's also not
we have
gonna
all
work.
these things that we teach our children with these big missiles. They have missiles in the school, and
It's
they
ridiculous.
do plays on.
It's empty. Don't they only have one nuclear warhead? Literally just one.
Yeah, it's.
They've only required the resources for one.
Yeah, it reminds me of North Korea. Reminds me of the Wizard of Oz, the guy behind. It's just a silly guy behind the curtain. Yeah, it's like seems all scary, and then you look, and it's
just a little hey,
yeah.
Hello,
yeah, I created.
Welcome to the Emerald City.
Yeah, exactly. It's so funny, but those people are living in a whole different matrix.
Yeah,
I mean they are all in.
It's a matrix.
I mean, from their they have to watch commercials in their planes when they fly.
I don't think they have a choice.
They have no choice.
Yeah,
but
you know who does have a choice?
Here we go. This is what I want to talk about: data and choice.
All the other 180 plus countries across the globe, and those individuals that have access to the internet can all join TARTLE and have a choice. They can have a choice in the big data algorithms. They can have a choice in what they want their future to look like. They can have a choice in how they choose to define themselves.
Yeah, I do want to end in this, and you can speak to this. She mentioned something about the Security and Exchange Commission should ask all publicly traded companies to disclose when and how they use data analytics to make decisions that affect their customers' human rights, such as access to credit, education, healthcare. So here's maybe this is my libertarian viewpoint or whatever, but whenever I'm saying, okay, now I'm going to ask Security Exchange, why can't we as consumers go to this company and demand that? And shareholders should demand that. We don't need to get the government involved.
The government doesn't need to involve. We need to just work with the people that we're working with.
Yes.
Why do we need to have a third party come in and define what needs to go on? Why can't we as people do that?
And don't support a company that's nefarious.
We're just being Socratic here.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's very, very simple.
Support yourself.
Yes.
And support some global causes, the Big Seven. Thank you very much.
Thank you for listening to TartleCast with your hosts Alexander McKegg and Jason Rigby, where humanity steps into the future and source data defines the path. What's your data worth?